second area of work that we work in is ecological justice, and we know that we are in the middle of a climate crisis. We know that we have 20 years to fix this, actually even less, and if we don't make dramatic measures now, the entire planet and life on it is in dire peril. And so we have now declared a decade for climate justice, and we're working to say, what can we do to get churches together on this and get churches to influence policymakers and governments to act now about this?
The WCRC holds in its membership millions around the world. Climate justice is probably in the top 5 issues of our day, and it also has consequences that we can't roll back. So we're looking at rising seawaters. We know that there are members of the WCRC who at this point have their lives disrupted by climate change, which is affecting the ways in which we are seeing things like natural disasters, heavier rains in parts of the world that have not seen those kinds of rains. We're talking about mudslides. We're talking about differences in temperature that are affecting our abilities to provide the food that we need. Like, all of this is so dependent. And then we're talking about the numbers who are also being displaced as a result of climate-related issues. We currently have over 80 million people on the move for a variety of reasons, as refugees, migrant workers, internally displaced peoples, statelessness. I mean, and there's a portion of this that is fueled by the climate changes that we're seeing. And unless these are addressed with urgency, we will continue to slide, I think, to a point of no return in terms of being able to recover what's already being lost. And the things that we're seeing, whole communities that can't plant because there's rising seawater and the soil is now salinated to the point where they can't plant, So these, I think, are just some of the ways that people's lives are being disrupted by climate change. It's not theory. This is actually happening. And people's lives are being disrupted. So I believe that the WCRC, because of the size of the membership, the wide-reaching nature of the communions that are a part of the WCRC, has an opportunity to be a leader in climate justice, in raising the issue, in advocating for change.
If you talk about ecological justice, for example, I come from South Africa, where we are suffering the effects of climate change. Just in April, parts of KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, parts of the Eastern Cape, parts of the Northwest provinces were affected by heavy rainfalls. And in KZN only, so far 435 people were declared dead because of those floods, and some have not been recovered. Still, we don't know if they are still surviving wherever they are. Many people lost their properties. I'm just talking from my experience, and many people can tell you of different experiences depending on the different regions of the world that they come from. So ecological justice becomes so important for us to take note of.
Bueno, yo creo que la crisis climática está. Vivimos en medio de ella. La Iglesia puede hacer como si no existiera. O la Iglesia puede asumir su responsabilidad y preguntarse qué tipo de teología o qué tipo de espiritualidad hizo que nosotros explotáramos la creación de Dios. Creo que pensar en un diseño de justicia climática es importante, porque eso nos permite enfrentar la profundidad de este tema y la conexión que tiene la crisis climática, con otras formas de explotación. Bíblicamente, ya que es el tema mío, es interesante que esta idea de explotar la tierra está vinculada también, tiene un verbo ahí que está vinculado a la explotación del otro, concretamente la violación.
You know, we covenant together through our work in the regions for climate justice, for example, is an important journey that we are in today, with commitments for our churches, even in cutting down on our traveling, taking care of the climate. So to covenant for justices that are challenging us every day through the cooperation with the work that's done in the regions, through allowing the youth to work on these issues. Injustice against women, against ecology, injustice about the people with different color. So yes, we try to covenant together that we will strive to do the work of justice and to include everyone.